Mr. Robert Amar, President of TTASA, I understand through your endeavours, we finally have racing this weekend at Wallerfield. You must be just as excited as, you know, half the population of Trinidad. What are you looking forward to most? What event, what class of racing are you looking forward to? And let me ask you, what driver are you looking forward to see as well?
Well, let's start with the driver. I'm looking forward to see Franklin Boudram with his new car. I mean, I saw the car last night and it's exciting. It reminded me of the days when I air freighted in my car to Trinidad to participate in the racing here. What I'm looking forward to the spectators supporting this event. I'm looking forward to the guys who are participating in competition to respect the discipline of the competition. Because at the end of it all, this could only move forward if we have a disciplined racing body. We want people to understand that this is a transition to getting to a race circuit. And while it can be utilized as that, we cannot overdrive the system because we could end up with serious problems based on racing and the levels of danger that are encompassed in it. Most importantly, I'm looking for keen competition, safe drivers, and an appreciative audience for the effort that has been put out by the management team to get in this circuit to be where it is today.
Okay. Now this is going to be an annual event.
Motor racing will return to Trinidad and Tobago. Whether motor racing returns to Wallerfield in this facility is not yet determined. But the club has reached to the stage where we are now going to launch what is called the grassroots program, which is community driven. Go-karts in Manzalina, go-karts in Rio Claro, go-karts in Blanchishes. Makes no difference where you live, we'll bring the go-kart to you. Once there's a schoolyard and it's big enough for a kart to maneuver. And then in 2016, first half of 2017, we expect a racetrack, quality Formula 3, and run a series called the Formula 4 1600 series in the Caribbean. We expect to launch that in Trinidad next year. 12 cars. We expect to have 4 cars in each island. Trinidad, Guyana, Barbados, and Jamaica. And then if there are other islands that come on board, we welcome them. But at this stage, that is the body that is taking charge of motor racing.
Okay. So when do you anticipate the next event to be at Wallerfield after this?
My anticipation is in 2 months' time. But my anticipation really doesn't mean anything today. What is more important is that the society at large recognizes that what was abandoned 2 months ago has been brought back to a reusability position. What is important to note is that it was sitting here for 9 years with nothing being done. And we could have still been using it for motor racing for 9 consecutive years. So I'm hoping that the powers to be respects and sees that there is a potential to introduce a new segment, if you want to call it that, in the deepening of the economics of the country. And pay the respect to motorsport as they should. This is by far the largest spectator sport in the world. And we cannot treat this different to how you would treat a football team, an Olympic team, or a Commonwealth team. I think it's important that people who are involved in sport do not prejudice sport by selecting athletics over motorsport. This is as good as athletics and could be better. And therefore, the recognition and respect has to be from the powers to be. And I'm hoping that that respect will come. And by that respect coming, I'm hoping that facilities will be delivered, built, and brought to spec that we could bring people anywhere in the world. And they'll race in Trinidad and Tobago, just like how guys go to race in Formula 1. We can't put a Formula 1 track in the Caribbean, it's out of the question. But we could definitely put a Formula 3. And we are hoping for that in Trinidad and Tobago. And we're hoping to change the whole mindset, including with anticipation, changing the habits of the drivers on the road and getting them to start to recognize that they must respect the car because it's a dangerous piece of equipment. It could take a life. And if you do not recognize that, then there will be a significant amount of disconnect between motor driving, motorsport, and the results what you're trying to achieve. And I think what we're trying to achieve is a safer road. That's one of the things the FIA has spent a lot of time and energy with ASNs like ourselves to put us in the right gear. To say if you pay attention to the safety aspect, motorsport becomes more important. And we are going to be spending a lot of time on women too, because we want to bring a bigger cadre of women in motorsport. Women has always been left out of this sporting fraternity. It's a man's world, so to speak. It's time women start to get involved in the sporting discipline. So that's where we are heading, and I'm hoping that we get the support, because that's the most important thing.
I understand it's $600 to join TTASA, yes?
It's a cheap price.
Right, very cheap. And then you can actually train, be taught how to drive on this circuit.
Yeah, we have plenty of people who have the experience to pass on driving skills.
So how do they pay, and where do they pay the $600 and then come be able to practice?
In the next month, you could do it online.
Oh.
We have a website. It's TTASA.org. You can go up there now. It's live. There's a lot of information in it. Not yet completed. It's in transition. And you'll be able to do everything online.
Okay.
Become a member. Participate in the grassroots program. Register to be a helper, somebody who wants to come and contribute their help. Provide services to cut the grass or do whatever. Because clubs need to become more communal. This cannot only be about the rich and famous. This has to also be about those people who have a passion for the event. And I'm hoping that this will reignite that passion. And we see motorsport go from strength to strength to strength to strength. That's the long-term vision.
Yes, and you know, there's a lot of people in Trinidad hoping for the same thing as well. You know, seeing motorsports really come back to Trinidad in a big way. So, looking forward to this event. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Amar.
My pleasure.
Children getting rash, people have diarrhea, plenty of people falling sick. They haven't done anything for us in the area.
And one of the pedestrian workers tell me, go and take the bird and hide it. I just laugh and walk off now.
It's a little disturbing that the birds are not flying away from.
Today we are at the Caroni Swamp, a wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. Join us today as we show you the beauty and the wonders of the Caroni Swamp.
Passing through, you know, it's Christmas. We there, we have ham, sorrel, we drinking, we eating, we liking ourselves.
Alright, for all those who don't know, I'm a Muslim. And no, I don't have that.